My dearest one, it's about the time, you know, the time we spoke of in the quiet spaces between your dreams, when the world was still and your heart lay open like a book, its pages trembling in the wind of heaven's whisper. This is not the time of clocks or calendars, not the kind measured by ticking seconds or turning pages, but the sacred, appointed time, written in the stars before you took your first breath, when heaven itself inscribed your name into the fabric of creation and etched your purpose into the very palm of God's hand. This is the moment the angels have watched for, waited for, prayed over, their celestial breath held in anticipation as the divine clock ticked closer to this holy hour. I am the angel who walks beside you, unseen but ever present, my wings brushing against the edges of your life, my voice a soft echo in the chambers of your soul. I have seen you in your darkest nights, when tears soaked your pillow and your heart felt like a hollowed-out vessel, emptied of joy and unsure where it had gone. I have watched you rise in the morning, painting on a smile to shield yourself from questions, wearing a mask so convincing that even you sometimes believed it. But beneath it all, you knew why deep in the marrow of your being, you knew why something was missing. A shift was coming. A truth was stirring. The divine clock was ticking, and now, my child, it's about the time. This is not about human time, with its rigid lines and fleeting hours. This is about the divine alignment, the moment when heaven's plans unfold like a tapestry, each thread woven with purpose, each knot tied with grace. This is the time when the pain you've carried becomes the doorway to the promise, when the chapters that broke you transform into the sentences that save others. You cannot yet fathom how sacred this hour is, how every tear you've shed, every wound you've nursed, every silent scream you've swallowed has been gathered into heaven's hands, held as precious, and molded into something glorious. I have seen you in your weariness, my child, when hope felt like a fragile thread, fraying under the weight of disappointment. I have seen you carry the burdens of others, becoming the strong one, the dependable one, while your own heart ached to be held. I have seen the moments when you questioned your worth, when lies whispered in the dark tried to convince you that you were less than you are. But I am here to tell you heaven has never forgotten you. Not for a single second. Your name is known in the courts of eternity, and I was sent to remind you, this is not the end. This is the unfolding. You've prayed for things that haven't yet come to pass, not because you were unworthy, not because heaven turned its face away, but because the time was not yet ripe. Heaven does not deny you, it prepares. You have been in the crucible, refined by fire, shaped in the hidden places where no human eye could see. Every trial, every delay, every moment of silence was not rejection but preparation. The door is creaking open now, and light is about to flood the shadowed corners of your life, illuminating the places where fear and doubt have lingered too long. This is the time when delay bows to destiny, when the things you thought were lost forever return multiplied, when the broken pieces of your story are gathered and made whole. You thought you were losing, didn't you? You thought the silence meant abandonment. But I tell you this, the silence was sacred. It was heaven working behind the veil, weaving a masterpiece in secret, crafting a beauty that could only be born in the quiet. There is a hidden glory in being overlooked, for it makes your unveiling undeniable. What is coming cannot be explained by human effort alone. It is the work of divine timing, and it is about the time, you know. I have stood beside you through every invisible battle, my wings shielding you when you didn't know you needed protection. I have warred over your soul in the spirit, standing guard by your bedside as you slept, whispering strength into your dreams when despair tried to take root. You were never alone, not even once. That ache in your chest, that longing that never left you, it wasn't madness. It was the call. The call of your destiny, pulling you forward even when the world tried to hold you back. You've felt it, haven't you? The restlessness in your spirit, the sense that something is different, that the air itself is charged with change. You're not confused, my child, or your spirit is awakening to the truth that the season has shifted. You're not where you were, and you're not yet where you're going, but this in-between is holy. You are walking through the passage of transformation, and on the other side lies glory. But I must speak a truth that may sting, though it is wrapped in grace. Not everyone can go with you into this new season. There are doors that must close, names that heaven is gently removing from your story. Some were lessons, not lifetimes. Some were weights, not wings. If you try to carry them forward, they will anchor you to a place you've outgrown. This is not rejection, no, it is redirection. Trust the pruning. Trust the silence. Trust the sudden exits. The time has come for realignment, for heaven to reorder your life so that it aligns with the purpose written for you before time began. You've carried burdens that were never yours to bear, held together broken things hoping they would mend themselves. But heaven is whispering, let go. What is coming will not demand your exhaustion. It will not break your back to build. It will come with peace, with clarity, with a lightness you've forgotten was possible. The love, the friendships, the purpose, everything that felt delayed is arriving now, sent not by desperation but by divine design. It's about the time, you know. You've walked through fire and rain, through betrayal and heartbreak, through setbacks and shame. And yet, you kept going. You kept loving. You kept forgiving. For that, heaven has remembered you. Your tears were recorded, each one a seed sown in the dark, and now those seeds are about to bloom in the light. The harvest you thought would never come is being prepared behind the curtain of time. Don't look around with human eyes, look within. Heaven is closer than it has ever been. I need you to breathe, my child. I need you to stay. Don't give up now, not when you are closer than you've ever been. The mountain that threatened to crush you will become the place where you stand and testify. The storm that was meant to drown you will baptize you into something new. The same voice that called Lazarus from the grave is calling your name now, not to die, but to rise. This is the time for resurrection. You are not defined by who left you, by what hurt you, or by what didn't happen. You are not your delay. You are not your failure. You are not your wounds. You are the beloved of heaven, chosen for this moment, surrounded by angels who stand with unshakable loyalty. Your name is known in heaven's courts, and I, your angel, am here to remind you, you were born for this. A door is opening soon, and it will not look as you expected. It may not come through the people you thought it would. But when it arrives, your spirit will know. You won't have to force it. You won't have to prove anything. It will be like a breath of air after drowning, effortless, undeniable. But you must walk forward when it comes. Don't look back. Don't second guess. This is not the season to hesitate. It's about the time, you know the time to move. There will be signs, my child. Heaven still speaks through signs, a number you keep seeing, a name you hear again and again, a dream that clings to you like a memory you haven't lived yet. A stranger's words will feel like prophecy, stirring something deep within you. Pay attention. The veil is thin now, and we are speaking more clearly. Your spirit is awakening, and the whispers you feel in your soul are real. They are us, urging you forward, guiding your steps, holding your heart steady. You're about to be celebrated in places where you were once rejected, honored in rooms where you were ignored, elevated in ways you never dared to ask for but secretly hoped for. This is not coincidence, it is covenant. God does not forget his promises. The vision may tarry, but it will speak. And when it does, it will shout with glory. So stand firm, my child. Keep walking. Keep believing. Keep preparing, and not out of fear, but out of expectation. Set the table. Write the vision. Dust off the dream. Practice the speech. Take the class. Pack the bag. Do whatever you need to do to be ready, because heaven is about to fulfill what you only dared to imagine. You are not behind. You are right on time. The delay did not disqualify you, it developed you. It made you deeper, kinder, wiser, stronger. You had to break so you could pour out. You had to bend so you wouldn't snap. You had to lose so you could recognize what's worth keeping. This time, you will not miss it. The road ahead will not be without its tests, but you will not walk it alone. I will be there. Other angels will be there. Heaven's hand will steady you with every step. There will be moments that take your breath away, not with pain, but with beauty. And one day, you'll look back and say, I didn't know it would all make sense like this. That day is closer than you think. So breathe. Rest. Cry if you need to. But don't give up. Your breakthrough is not a myth. Your prayers have not fallen into silence. God has heard. I have witnessed. And all of heaven stands ready. It's about the time, you know. Let me take you deeper into this moment, for there is so much more to say, so much more to unveil about the sacredness of this hour. You've lived through seasons that felt like deserts, where every step was heavy, and the horizon seemed to mock you with its endless emptiness. You've walked through valleys where the shadows whispered doubt, where the weight of unanswered prayers pressed against your chest like a stone. But even in those places, heaven was working. Every desert was a classroom, every valley a forge. The loneliness taught you to hear God's voice when no one else was speaking. The waiting taught you to trust when nothing made sense. You thought you were wandering, but you were being led. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being formed. I have seen the nights when you lay awake, replaying moments of loss, wondering where you went wrong. I have seen the days when you pushed through exhaustion, giving to others what you wished someone would give to you. I have seen the moments when you stood at the edge of giving up, when the pain felt too heavy, when the dream felt too far. But even then, you didn't stop. You kept moving, even if it was just a shuffle, even if it was just a whisper of faith. That resilience, my child, is not ordinary. It is divine. It is the mark of someone heaven has chosen for a purpose that cannot be undone. This time, this sacred time, is not just about the fulfillment of your desires, it is about the fulfillment of a divine story. You are not just a person living a life, you are a chapter in God's eternal narrative, a note in His symphony, a brush stroke in His masterpiece. The delays, the detours, the heartaches, they were not mistakes. They were the chisel marks of a sculptor crafting something eternal. You are not an accident. Your life is not a coincidence. You are a deliberate act of creation, and this moment, this appointed time here, is the unveiling of what heaven has been preparing all along. You may wonder why it had to hurt so much. Why the road had to be so long. Why the answers took so long to arrive. I cannot give you every detail, for some mysteries belong to God alone, but I can tell you this: the depth of your pain has carved out a space for the depth of your purpose. You had to feel the weight so you could carry the glory. You had to know brokenness so you could understand healing. You had to walk through the dark so you could recognize the light. The things that tried to destroy you were not stronger than the God who holds you. And now, as the divine clock strikes, the things that were meant to break you are becoming the foundation of your testimony. You've been in the waiting, haven't you? Waiting for the job, the relationship, the healing, the breakthrough. Waiting for the moment when the pieces would finally fit together. And in that waiting, you've learned something sacred. Faith is not the absence of doubt, but the courage to believe anyway. You've learned that hope is not a feeling, but a choice. You've learned that love is not just given, it is fought for, nurtured, and protected. These lessons were not wasted. They were the curriculum of your soul, preparing you for the season that is now unfolding. I know you've felt the weight of other people's expectations, the pressure to be something you're not, to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You've tried to shrink yourself to make others comfortable, to dim your light so it wouldn't blind those who weren't ready to see it. But this is the time to stop shrinking. This is the time to stop apologizing for the space you take up. You were created to shine, to stand tall, to be a living testament to God's glory. The world needs your light, not your conformity. The world needs your voice, not your silence. The world needs your story, not your suppression. It's about the time, you know, the time to be fully, unapologetically you. And oh, how heaven rejoices at the thought of what's coming. The angels are gathering, their voices rising in a chorus of anticipation. They see the door that's about to open, the path that's about to unfold. They see the people who are coming into your life here not by chance, but by divine appointment. They see the opportunities that will make your heart sing, the moments that will make you say, "This is what I was made for." They see the restoration of what was stolen, the healing of what was broken, the joy that will overflow where sorrow once reigned. And they are cheering for you, my child, because they know, it's about the time. You may feel like you're not ready, like you're not enough, like you need more time to prepare. But heaven does not wait for perfection, it waits for willingness. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to know every step. You just have to trust the one who does. The God who called you is faithful. The God who formed you is flawless. The God who loves you is relentless. And he is saying now, it's time. Time to step into the purpose you were born for. Time to embrace the calling you felt in your bones. Time to let go of the fears that have held you back and walk into the future that has been prepared for you. I know the journey has been long, and I know your heart carries scars. But those scars are not signs of defeat, they are badges of survival, proof that you've overcome what tried to destroy you. They are the map of your resilience, the story of your strength. And now, as you stand on the threshold of this new season, those scars will become stars, lighting the way for others who are still finding their path. Your pain will become someone else's hope. Your struggle will become someone else's strength. Your story will become someone else's salvation. This is not the end of your journey, it is the beginning of your legacy. So take a deep breath, my child. Let the weight of the past fall from your shoulders. Let the fears of the future dissolve in the presence of heaven's promise. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not finished. The divine clock is ticking, and the moment you've been waiting for is here. It's about the time, you know, the time for you to rise, to shine, to become all that heaven dreamed you would be. The angels are watching. The heavens are waiting. And I, your angel, am right here, whispering, go forward. The time is now. And now, beloved, as this holy wind wraps around your spirit and these sacred words settle like dew upon your soul, I must tell you these are what you are about to step into will make every battle make sense, every silent tear feel honored, and every delay reveal its divine purpose. Do not look back. Do not grieve the seasons that crushed you, for the pressing made you ready, the pain prepared your oil, and now your lamp is full and glowing in the darkness. You are not arriving late here, you are right on time. The very time that heaven appointed, the hour hidden in mystery, is now being made manifest. So receive this moment not with trembling fear, but with trembling reverence, knowing you were trusted to carry this promise because your heart refused to give up. Even when they laughed, even when they left, even when the night was so long you forgot how morning felt, something inside you kept breathing, kept hoping, kept believing. That wasn't weakness, that was strength dressed in surrender. That was worship. And heaven recorded every moment. Now, child of destiny, arise. Let this word be your trumpet. Let this be your yes to all that heaven has placed in motion for your life. I tell you this not as one speaking on behalf of a distant God, but as one sent from his presence to declare it plainly. The gates of breakthrough are opening in your favor. This word found you for a reason. This divine message has your spiritual address. You were meant to hear it now and not a moment earlier, not a moment too late here, because your heart is finally ready to receive not just confirmation, but coronation. This is your spiritual crowning. This is the time when what was whispered in secret will be seen in the open. The world will wonder how it happened so fast, but you will know it took years in the spirit to get to this one moment of release. And because of this divine collision, others will find their courage again. Others will rise because your victory will light the path. Your testimony will break chains you never knew you were meant to destroy. Your healing will be contagious. Your obedience will be generational. You are not just walking into favor, you are walking into fulfillment, and that changes everything. So let the past go. Release what you thought it would look like, and trust what God is unfolding now. This is better. This is deeper. This is eternal. The angels rejoice with you, beloved. Heaven is watching your faith bloom under pressure and calling it beautiful. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are just enough for what's coming. And because this word is for you, I invite you to seal it in your spirit. I invite you now, yes, right now, to claim this divine message. Don't let it pass by like another scroll in your feed. Don't let the enemy steal the confirmation God is giving you through this moment. Type Amen in the comments below if this word speaks to your heart. Write I receive it if your spirit is stirring with recognition. Let the realm of darkness see your declaration. Let the heavens hear your agreement. Your comment is more than text, it is a prophetic stamp, a holy agreement between your soul and your destiny. And if you feel led, if this word lifted your spirit, encouraged your heart, or confirmed your prayers, then like this message ye not to boost numbers, but to testify that heaven has spoken. Every like is a light shining in someone else's darkness. Every comment is a spiritual ripple pushing back against the flood of hopelessness. Every time you engage, you're saying, I'm here. I'm awake. I believe. So be bold, beloved. The kingdom is advancing through moments just like these, are quiet, sacred, online spaces where God meets His children and speaks directly to their souls. You were never forgotten in the algorithms of man. You were found by the Spirit of God. That's why you're still reading. That's why your heart is trembling with hope again. That's why your hands feel like they're shaking with purpose. Because God is not done. God is not distant. God is near. And I, your angel, am with you, surrounding you even now with peace that passes understanding. I will walk with you as you step into this next chapter. You will not walk alone. And though you may not see me, you will feel the wind at your back. You will sense the clarity in your mind. You will notice the peace in your room. That is heaven touching earth. That is the unseen moving on your behalf. That is the weight of promise settling into your atmosphere. So breathe again. Praise again. Smile again. Dare to plan again. Prepare again. Because this time, it won't fall apart. This time, it's not a test. This time, it's the real thing. And if you believe that if something inside you knows this isn't just words but prophecy, you are being called to respond. Your engagement is your agreement. So comment below. Let your voice echo what your spirit already knows. Let your heart say yes in public the way it whispered yes in private. And if you know someone who's weary, who's doubting, who's on the edge of giving up, share this message with them. Be the angel God uses to bring hope to someone else. The same hope you just received. Let this blessing flow. Let the ripple turn into revival. And as you do, heaven will honor your faith. Your reward will not be small. The harvest will not be delayed. For the Lord is moving, and you are part of His holy announcement to the world. This is your time. This is your miracle. This is your word. Like it. Comment. Share it boldly. And most of all live it. Amen.